The PEAX Torrid hot tent stove costs too much to baby. If you're gonna take one of these into the late season backcountry, you gotta know if it's gonna work for you. Today, we're gonna take this stove and we're gonna push it to the limits to see if it really belongs in your pack. A lot of gear reviews, they take place in a campsite or in a studio under ideal conditions, but that's just not how the mountain works. This stove came out in 2024 and I've used it for the last 2 late seasons, and I've used teepees and hot tent stoves for about 8 seasons now. This is my older variant, but you can see I've used it, I've cared for it normally, but today we're gonna go a little bit further just to see how it holds up to some real abuse. Test number 1, pack compression. I've got my personal Stone Glacier Sky Talus 6900. It's got a bunch of gear in there, and I'm gonna load this Torrid hot tent stove like I normally would. Say my buddy's taking the teepee, I got the stove. Where I would put the stovepipe and flue collar would be in the main compartment. I'd have it on top of my main bag, give myself a little bit more space on the side there. Then I'd probably cinch those down, cinch up my main bag, and then honestly, a lot of the times I'll take the stove and I'll put it between my main bag and my lid. Reason is I want to try and keep as much weight off of the stove because under normal use, I'm not going to abuse it like I am today. This is for you. But from there, my pack would be ready to go. So say I load my pack, I throw it up on the tailgate and I'm kind of just squaring away the truck, and the less than ideal happens, pack falls down. Do it again. Here we go. Bag's dirtier than it was before. Let's take a look at the stove. What I'm gonna be looking for is any type of dent, any type of imperfection. But what I'm seeing, still in the packed position, is that the leg and their captive hardware all looks good. My dampener and spark arrestor is as it was. And then the actual body of the stove is good to go. So I would say pack compression, the stove passed the test. So the stove looks to be good, but let's go ahead and pull out that stovepipe and that flue collar assembly. Let's just see if anything happened to it. I really doubt it, being circular and rolled so tightly, but we might as well check. Honestly, as it was, but the hot tent stove that I used previous to the Torrid, honestly, there were times where I would drop my pack, either being lazy because of fatigue, whatever it was. And that dampener and spark arrestor assembly, that device, it would often get dented and deformed to where I would have to essentially reform it to get it really to fit back into the body of that particular stove design. Test number 2, real world assembly. Sometimes you can set up your stove under ideal conditions and the bad weather comes after, but sometimes it's really dang cold when you try to put this together. So let's get our hands nice and cold with this ice water. And having not assembled my stove since last November, let's watch me struggle through getting this put back together and just see how it goes. So the truth is, when assembling most ultralight titanium, if not all, stoves, they're often a struggle. When you're on the mountain, when you're fatigued, your hands are cold, there's sometimes no worse time to really put these things together. And at least for me, it's often a struggle. I always get there, but it's often a struggle. What I've noticed the last 2 years with the Torrid is that even though I'm struggling, at least I'm not at risk of losing loose hardware in environments such as the snow or the mud, which could really just end my assembly of the stove altogether. So if I'm gonna struggle, I'm gonna struggle with the Torrid hot tent stove, if nothing else, because of the captive hardware and the other design elements that come to my favor, my use, once it's fully assembled. And there you have it. I don't know how long that took. It actually took a lot longer than I was anticipating, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I didn't expect when it came to the Torrid with the very first time I put together was that one-piece sidewall construction aside from the front face. It's nice. It allows for a tapered firebox, and I believe that's an advantage for establishing a draft, but you either, or at least I have to, either do what I just did, or with the traditional design, and I'll show you over here, you've got a 6-piece box, and when it comes for your threaded rod, it actually can be quite a struggle to get that to fit through that hole on the bottom plate and that hole on the top plate. And again, you could also lose that loose hardware as well. So the truth of the matter is, when it comes to setting up an ultralight titanium hot tent stove, the easiest assembly is often the first assembly for that given unit. After that initial burn-in, after stuffing it in your pack and life happens, it's often more difficult to assemble it every subsequent time. But both stoves can be difficult to assemble, but for me, I'm gonna endure the Torrid because of the advantages I have have after the assembly. Those being items such as the leveling legs, the hinged door so that the door doesn't fall out when it's hot and it's cumbersome to put back in place, the flue collar and the spark arrestor device, and there's often more, but we'll get to that later. Again, I'd choose the Torrid hot tent stove. Test number 3, we're gonna do our best to simulate a wind-blown situation. Not enough. Let's tip a $500 titanium stove. So what happened there was this stove took several tumbles and inevitably it did come apart, but did it get damaged to the point that you couldn't reassemble it? No, it didn't. So we'll go ahead and put this stove back together and we'll be back on the road or back in the shelter. All right, so there you have it. The Torrid is put back together. It's gonna be able to burn some fuel. It's gonna put out some heat. It did take a few tumbles before it fully came apart. Inevitably, it was probably gonna come apart as it did, but the point is it's back together and it really didn't take that long. All right, test number 4. We're gonna do a static weight test. We're gonna see if the Torrid can sustain more than 15 times this weight with a static load that will be this 30-pound dumbbell. So let's put it on there. Had to dance a little bit to ensure that the legs stayed in place. If that was a dynamic force, it probably wouldn't have held it, but statically, it's holding it just fine. All right, as you can see, with the quick cut, the stove is upside down because everything went to shit. The moment I moved that static weight of 30 pounds, because I had noticed that during my last frame that far leg was a little bit splayed, the whole system came apart. No, it's not really gonna hold 15 times this weight reliably. All right, so durability is great, but if the stove is miserable to use, none of that arguably really matters. So let's talk to the design features of the Torrid. Number 1, the assembly. Honestly, I struggled a little bit. I'm lacking some proficiency having not assembled this stove since last November and my hands were plunged into icy water, but that's a realistic scenario. It's often going to be a struggle to assemble an ultralight titanium hot tent stove, but if I'm going to struggle, I want to struggle with the Torrid because of the design features that come thereafter. Number 1, in that assembly, I'm not going to lose any of the loose hardware, such as with this traditional design. I could lose the feet, every threaded rod, which you could lose in its own right. You could lose one of the 2 wing nuts per 4 threaded rods. You could also lose the sliding door in addition to some of the larger components, but in that capacity, it really wouldn't be any different than the Torrid. So ease of assembly, I'm still gonna go with the Torrid. Next, the flue collar and spark arrestor assembly. Honestly, when you look at the Torrid, it's a better design. I showed earlier how the pack falling over, sometimes you're fatigued, your pack is heavier than this one is here, and you just let it down with a little bit too much force. That traditional flue collar and spark arrestor device, in my experience, has often deformed, and I have to kind of mold it back into position when I make my spike camp location. But with the PEAX design, I mean, that is a rigid collar. That's used to retain the stovepipe in the rolled position when it's fully packed. And then this slide here as a dampening, and again, spark arrestor. That's a thicker gauge. It's got a little bit of a bend to it, but honestly, it's still fully functional and it's a lot more durable, again, more so than the traditional stove design. Let's go ahead and talk about the overall shape of the stove and why I think the Torrid's better. Number 1, honestly, that's a tapered profile. As you go from the door to the back of the burn chamber, it tapers to a more narrower width. In my experience, I believe that allows you to establish a draft more effectively. And really, aside from that, there's a few other convenience features. Number 1, the hinged door. When this system's in use in the teepee and it's hot, I mean, it's cumbersome to have to manipulate, but the hinged door ensures that you're not going to mistakenly lose your door when you're trying to add more fuel to the burn chamber. Aside from that, the leveling legs, that is pretty convenient because all too often you're really not on level terrain. So those 3 settings on each leg, that has been quite helpful in the past. And then, as I said earlier with assembly, that captive hardware, that's a big variable that plays in the favor of the Torrid. Time for the honest negatives. No piece of gear is truly perfect. When it comes to the Torrid, these are the shortcomings in my opinion. Number 1, price. I mean, an ultralight titanium stove, it is pretty expensive for some folks, and that needs to be considered. Additionally, an honest negative in my experience, again through the last 2 years, when I unpacked this, carrying case, if you'd have noticed, these stovepipe rings, those are not original. Those are from a different stove. The PEAX design uses the thinner profile, and I've had those crimpings fail on me infrequently, but fail on me nevertheless. And lastly, an honest negative, there's not really a hot tent stove of an ultralight titanium design that's truly easy to assemble, but I'll go to the Torrid one every time. So in closing, after everything we've thrown at this Torrid today and having used it myself since 2024, that late season and since, we got to answer the question is, does this ultralight titanium stove belong in your pack? And in my opinion, yes, it does. It is an advantage back there, and you should consider it. And if you're going to do so, the PEAX is likely the one for you. Check them out at gearful.com.